Sarah. You look
Hi.
beautiful.
Thank you. So do you. I love the background. I love the beautiful top.
Ooh,
We went with the, is it pink or is it white? What's happening?
it's purple. It's like lilac.
Oh,
It's like
oh,
lilac.
it's
hmm
beautiful. Beautiful.
You look gorgeous. You're having every bit of, I'm going to call it Sarah Drew girl, hot girl summer. You're having a summer, a hot girl summer. I'm just going to tell you. You have Cruel Summer out that is banging. You have just returned to Grey's Anatomy. I mean, girl, yes, for you. You're killing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a fun roller coaster. I gotta say, it's been fun.
We're here for it, definitely. I want to talk about and dive into all things Cruel Summer because this show is Freeform's biggest hit to date. Jessica Biel executive produced this series, and it's told over three summers in the 90s, 93, 94, 95, which I'm here for. The fashion in this series is so good.
So good.
And it follows the story of a popular girl who goes missing, and this other girl who plays your daughter, Jeanette, mysteriously takes over her life. It's This series is so good. So I first want you play Cindy Turner, the mom to Jeanette Turner. Sarah, when you read the script, what went through your mind when you first read it?
Well, so first of all, I loved being in the 90s.
Yeah,
Like that just made me so happy. I love that it's a show about a bunch of teenagers and nobody's on a phone. Like that makes me so happy.
right.
And it's also super nostalgic for me. I was in high school in the 90s myself, so I could totally just plop myself back in the nostalgia of it all. So I loved it. I thought it was so brilliantly written, so seamlessly jumping between these 3 years in this incredible and compelling way that keeps you guessing. That first image in the pilot of Jeanette Turner's birthday, and it's like how starkly different these 3 years are. You're immediately like, what?
What is going on?
Yes, yes. So I just love the psychological thriller aspect of it. I love the 90s. And now when seeing it all put together, the music and the look and the way they color code each year that just like immediately places you where you need to be. It's good.
It's so good. How this mother daughter dynamic between you and Jeanette, I have to say, it's super relatable.
Yes.
Super relatable. How would you describe Cindy and her approach to parenting? Given the 90s, given the circumstances, how would you describe her?
I think Cindy, first of all, I think she very much loves her daughter, right? I think Cindy, she had high school success in her life. She was homecoming queen and captain of the cheerleading squad, and all the boys wanted to date her. And in 1993, Jeanette is super awkward and adorable in every way. And if my daughter is like that, I wouldn't want to change any single thing about her. But you can tell from Cindy's perspective, like for her, what equals happiness is pretty and
Right.
getting popular and having like for her it's having family success, like our family's in good standing. My daughter has the right friends, she's not like weird
hmm
and on the outskirts, because that's what equals happiness. And I think that's relatable to so many people, because oftentimes until a lot of moms do the work that they need to do to figure out how to lovingly separate from their children and appreciate all of the beauty that makes them different than me, right?
Right.
Until they can do that, it's super unconscious. You just, because the only experience Cindy has is this equals happiness. This
Right.
worked for me. So
Right.
I want you to do this. Because if you could just straighten your hair, if you could just, like, when the braces come, if you could, can I see your eyes? Like, what about contact lenses? It'll be so much better for you. It was better for me, you know? And it winds up being manipulative and like, but she doesn't know she's doing it because she loves her. She's doing it out of love.
The projecting of it all, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm set in Texas. I'm from Texas, so I was like, and it's in Dallas, also from Dallas. I was like, oh, okay, I'm familiar with certain little parts. This story takes you on a bit of a confusing ride, right? Like you start off and you're like, okay, which year am I in? And at the beginning, they, tell you this is going to take place over this time. I have to ask you, what is the message and the lesson to be learned in this series?
That's a good question. I mean, I think one of the big lessons is to be careful about rumors.
Mm,
I think there is a theme throughout the show of like, I said this thing out loud. This is what I decided happened.
mhm,
Nobody knows if it's true or false yet, and somebody's life gets completely destroyed and upended, right? And the rumor mill begets more rumors, and people make decisions about people, snap judgments, write them out, they're done without actually gathering all of the evidence and fully knowing what's going on. And if this is a thing that we do this in our culture all the time, especially in social media. It's like oh, she said this, I heard that she said this, and done. She's done.
right.
And it's like, you don't, where did she say that? You don't know.
Right.
You haven't done any research. You've just decided to scream something out loud from behind a computer screen, and then cause other people to start spinning about this thing that has no basis in truth,
Right.
or might, but has yet to be discovered, right? So I think that, and in the 90s, they didn't have that. They didn't have the quickness that we have for throwing rumors all over the place. It was just traveling through word of mouth and things like that. But the destructive nature of making snap judgments and deciding something about someone without actually getting curious.
Right.
I think that's a good lesson to like, be careful about that. No, and not to mention the whole storyline of like really educating the audience about what grooming looks like.
Ooh,
I mean,
good, because that is definitely on full display for sure.
it's on full display. And what I love about this show is that there's no hint of glorifying it or making it feel romantic. Like, from the get-go, this is not okay. What this man is doing in these little details, in that, like, I thought that you were an adult when I first saw you.
Right.
Not okay. Like, and you immediately know that's not okay. And you also witness through Olivia's like just incredible performances, you understand how a young girl could be taken in by that, right? It's just, it feels so flattering in a moment like that. And so, and then having the resources put up on the screen before and after every episode, I think those are really, really good, valuable things to be putting out into the world.
Definitely. Can you tease anything or say, or how do you feel about the next upcoming episodes? What are your thoughts? What can you tell us without getting into trouble?
I know. The next episode is a really fun one for the Turner family. A lot of stuff happens. You'll get some answers about some things that people have been asking about.
Yeah, about Cindy.
Yes, you learn a great deal about Cindy in the next episode. You take a real journey with her. That was probably my favorite episode to shoot, for sure. So I'm excited for the world to see episode 6. It's I think it's going to be fun. I haven't seen it all put together. I've seen snippets, but it's, more of the stuff that keeps you hooked and makes you question and wonder and all that stuff.
We are definitely hooked. I have to ask you, I've heard there have been rumors of a season 2 possibly. What can you tell us?
I know nothing. I mean, I would love for there to be a season 2. It feels like, I mean, why wouldn't they do a season 2? This season 1 has been doing so well. People love it. But no, I have still not heard any official word.
Okay. I'll hold you to that. You haven't heard an official word. But
I truly haven't. I'm not just saying that. I have not heard a word.
You have to come back and talk to us.
Okay.
I want to dive into Grace. I have to dive into Grace. Okay. Yeah. So many things happened. So many things were revealed in the May 6th episode. You returned to the ABC long-running medical drama, Grey's Anatomy, after you've been gone for 3 years. Sarah, what was it like to dive back into this character? So many people were, I mean, Twitter was going crazy, Instagram. Everybody missed you, missed April. What was it like to dive back into that character?
First of all, it was so beautiful, just the response, the like, I mean, being welcomed with open arms onto the set with all of my friends and family from that 9-year season of my life. That was so beautiful. And then witnessing the fan reaction to the news that I was coming back, and then the little behind the scenes video and picture of me and Jesse, and how that it just was, it felt so beautiful.
Right.
And then diving into the actual work of it, you know, for me, I think like the April fans that are out there that are still really rooting for them, this was a big sigh of relief for them. I think they really always wanted these guys to wind up together, and like to give them a sense of hope and a sense of closure and full circle. And like, we don't know, but they're both single. They're both going to Boston as a family, you know. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's looking up for them. And I think that was I think the fans felt like it was a gift, you know. It was a gift to me, for sure.
It was a gift to me. What is your hope for April as they embark on this new journey?
I would love for them to find their way back to one another. I would love for them to take the medical field by storm in these new positions that they're in. I think Jackson has a real ability to change the face of medicine,
right,
and make it a more just place. And April, in her work with people experiencing homelessness, like they could do amazing work.
They're the power couple of medicine, right?
I think so. Why not? Let's dream. Let's dream.
We're dreaming big over here. Sarah, congratulations on all your things.
Where is the buzz you said was mine?